What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. I'm glad that you could join me this evening. I am your host, Ed Honcho. As always, it is an honor, it is a privilege, it is a pleasure to get to chop it up with you guys each and every night. So I'm glad that you could join me this evening. Y'all know how we do it on Sundays. Sunday night confessions. And so, pardon me, hold on, I'm doing nonsense here. That means tonight we're going to, maybe we'll hear some good stories, maybe not, but that is the theme of the night. But even with Sunday night confessions, because some Sundays, there's just, not too much to confess. So we're going to have an underlying theme. And it was something that we were discussing in the mixer last night. And I was told that I was I'm too picky. And so we're going to talk about pickiness in preferences. And that could be dating preferences or maybe it could be any kind of preference, but we're talking about pickiness and preferences. Is that such a thing? Can you be too picky? And yes, I am, let's see if this tile is invisible. Yes, my invisible tile. I'm doing a little semi workout right before the den. Gotta at least get some momentum going into the twanky. And I can't go out like that, so at least I got to be doing something decent. If I may ever get that calendar out, I got to look like something. So let's see who we have joining us in the den this evening, and let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So I know who I have on my early bird list, and one of you made it just barely. I see Miss K Grace, M Grace, Miss Bell, Coltrid, Only One Lie, Empress Yaya, D the Gamma, Sweetberry. See, I peeped something about Sweetberry. I'm gonna tell y'all something in just a second about Sweetberry. Y'all may or may not have noticed it. Shelly Long, Jess Sarah, Rashida Reed, Shonda Tony, Shannon Jones, K. Shonda Banksy, Trixie McFly, and Ronald Isley. Now, that's what I got for the early birds. Let's see what else we got joining us. I see Jimmy T. I see Miss Angela. I see Eastside Hero, Young Poppy. What's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Antulio, what's the motherfucking deal? John from NY, what's the motherfucking deal? Brenda Williams, what's the motherfucking deal? Louis 17. Every time I see that, I think about that fucking Pimp C protege shit. And Heidi. I don't know if I got maybe it's because of the wrench or something. I don't know what it is. I got Heidi blindness. And Heidi will pop up, and I don't deliberately do it most of the time. Usually I do, but most of the time I don't. And I do have intentions of, shout out Heidi, and I miss it sometimes. So, make sure you're following Ed Honcho XTX on Twitter and on the Instagram if you want to keep up to date with all of the stuff that's going on as far as with the Den Show, things of that nature. I put them all in one. If y'all are still following the Den Show live, that's cool on Instagram or Twitter, but I don't use those accounts unless I still have some stuff automated to it. Everything's on Ed Honcho HTX. Yes, every day is Heidi's birthday. You got to wake up. You got to live your life like every day is your birthday. It's a celebration of life, and if you live every day like every day is your birthday, you'll have a great life. But Den Show Live on Facebook. If you want to join the Facebook page, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you want to join the Facebook group for us old boomers, there's a link on the Facebook page to join that. So, everybody's more than welcome. Everybody's appreciated. And I know some of you guys have been inviting people, and the whole thing is with the invites, as long as they answer a question, I prefer, they don't matter. But, because to me, like I said, that shows that they'll at least engage. If they don't ever answer any of the questions on the invites, I'll decline it after about a month or so. If they've been sitting there for about a month, I'll decline it just to clear up the space. But if they just answer a question, even if they're not following, even if they're not subscribed to the Den, I'll convince them, I'll get them in here. But no, even if they're not, just the fact that they answer questions shows that they'll be participatory in what we got going on instead of just kind of lurking around, especially with the type of people you have on the Facebook these days. You have to be pretty cautious. So let's see. Oh, you was not early, Angela. You was here at 10:00. Let me see. Look with the looking eyes between the trees at 10:01. 10 o'clock is the cutoff time. So I was watching, even though it wasn't a thing. I was halfway side-eyeing. So let me clear this out. Like I say, so, Sunday Night Confession, if you have a confession when we do open up the line, You know, definitely like to hear that. And if we get some good confessions in, I'm sure I could. I can find something that I probably shouldn't, but I'm pretty sure I could. I could confess to. You know, we're all no, we're not. We try to all be friends of the dead, but we are absolutely not. Jason S, what's the motherfucking deal? So, like I said, we're just gonna enjoy it. But the thing about Sweetberry, right? Did y'all notice? Right? What Sweetberry did yesterday? Because technically, I think it's still technically her birthday is still in order, right? For next hour, but see, she added she made it a 26-hour birthday, right? That don't count. You got to be there. Look, I be watching. Just when I cut it on, some people like to hear the music. You feel me? So I let some people go, you didn't cut the music off too fast. So I'll try to let it go a minute and a half, 2 minutes or so, and then get on, so people can hear the little doo toots. But Sweetberry, she claimed her birthday on Eastern time. Now, she's somewhere in the wild, wild west, right? Somewhere in the wild, wild west. Birthday pistachio. Who ever give birthday? Do I really just hand out birthday? I don't think I gave too many people because I thought about it. I was like, oh, do I give out birthday pistachios? I think I'd be forgetting sometimes. But she already stole enough. She stole enough for 10 years worth of birthday pistachios. So she started claiming her birthday like a few hours early. And then she's going to celebrate it until it's over on her time. So she got like 26, 27 hours of birthday time. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta peep what happened there, right? You gotta understand the little sly tricks that women use to manipulate you fellas. You gotta be careful. So yeah, like I said, I definitely forget to to give out birthday pistachios, and I apologize. Sometimes I have to be reminded, and that's a lot of birthdays went by. So I ain't give Sweetberry no. She got enough, goddamn. Pardon me while I mix this up. So we're talking about pickiness, right? And so what happened in the mixture? This is the secondary confession topic. You know, it's easy to confess. All you gotta do is call in and confess. And I'll probably bring the preacher back. How many more confessions? We got about like 2. We said about 2 confessions before the end of the year. So I'll bring the preacher back before the year is over with. But so last night we were in the mixture just talking about random stuff. And Broderick is a bad person. Okay, he's not a terrible person. He's just a bad person. Some people are terrible, but Heidi is a terrible person. Broderick's just a bad person. And he was saying bad stuff last night, you know, trying to manipulate me from my beliefs and my standards and protocol. And we were just talking about, you know, the future. Y'all know that things have changed in my life as far as my relationship and things like that. Y'all pardon me. I don't know what I'm mixing up here. But, Kenneth, what's the motherfucking deal? And so, you know, and we kind of got on the topic for a little bit as far as, you know, preferences. And so I say, you know, my thing is I have a set of standards as far as taking something into a serious relationship, right? And Heidi and Broderick and I want to say somebody else had some input, but it might have just been them 2 terrible people because they were there. Well, one bad person, one terrible person, so they're probably on the same page. So they're saying that I'm too picky, that what I will be looking for in the future when I decide to make that choice, if I decide to make that choice, it limits too many options. Boss not acting right? Okay, let me see what's going on. Yeah, I don't know. What den is this in? It's showing some shit, but I might have cut it on too early. Let's see. Let's cut it off because it's saying it's live, but then it's not acting right. Let me bring it up. But and so they're saying, "Oh, you're being too picky. You know, you're making too many choices, or you're having too many caveats in what you're saying. You'll never be happy if that is the case." So I'm sitting here thinking, well, is it worth it to have exactly what you want, or to just go without? You know, is it worth it? Is it worth it to have someone, but being willing to concede certain things that you would consider standard, in your opinion, things that you would prefer, things that have a significant level of importance to you, right? You know. This stuff is tough. It's just terrible. I'm gonna make sure I got it so it clumps up a little bit. I'm not even drinking fucking fiber and shit. Yeah, like I tell you, I'm trying to get right. That fiber ain't no joke. Hey, that's all I'm gonna tell y'all. I feel like an old man. So you know, and so that's my thing, and I think everybody has their own caveats, but you know, so it's kind of like if you're willing to cut people off because they may not have, Heidi's gonna get jumped by 3 Asians, 1 Korean and 2 Japanese students tomorrow. You're gonna steal their fucking test answers, so they come in 4th place. But my thing is, so if these things that are, say, maybe that are important to you, it could be a physical trait, it could be a mental trait, it could be certain beliefs that you expect a person to hold, and you feel like you should be steadfast in these things, right? And you feel like you should be steadfast in these things, and so you say that, well, if a person doesn't have this, 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 and this, I'm not interested. Do you think that is good or bad? Do you miss out on good people that way? Or are they just people, you know? What if they may have, 70% of what you like? And, 30%, maybe that thing, one thing that you don't care for is significantly more important than the other things. Like, are you really missing out on good people if they're not the things that you want, if you have expectations? Are there other qualities that are more important than, maybe political beliefs, like I said, religious beliefs? Can these boundaries be overcome? We can talk about looks. We can talk about, personal preferences as far as physical appearance and things like this. Should you give any and everybody a chance? Can you overdo it? If you just say, well, these are the things I like, but I don't want to miss out on any opportunities. Are you overdoing it? Is it wrong to be picky? You know what I'm saying? Is it pretty bad? What's the motherfucking deal? You know what I'm saying? Is it wrong to be picky? And so, like I said, Broderick and Heidi were condemning me. They were oppressing me. They were telling me that I was a bad person, and that they hope all the bad things and only the bad things in life happen to me, because I just feel like there are certain things that I think that are that I associate certain beliefs with certain things, and I think they are relatively important to me. And so, am I wrong to cut off a lot of people or am I wrong to not even consider engaging in certain situations because I have these personal beliefs? So, I'm curious about that. Can you be too picky when it comes to anything? Could it be relationships? It could be homes. It could be, music. It could be just the people you hang with. It could be anything, But like that was the topic last night when we were talking about in the mixer, and so I just found that to be interesting. I think that would be a good sub conversation for the confessions this evening. So I think that that'll work. Who's to say your beliefs are coming from good? But if they're your beliefs, doesn't matter. If they're your personal belief, that's what you feel like would make you happy. You could be a bad person and have certain beliefs, right? You might want to fucking some kind of gangster bitch or some shit, right? And so if that's what you want, if you think that's the thing that makes you happy, right? But then what if, again, like I say, but I think you can have the other thing, and where you say, okay, well, I'll entertain all my options, and you can waste a lot of time, you can encounter a lot of nonsense, and yeah, you may find a needle in the haystack. But like I say, I'm a firm believer, me personally, that certain people show you who they are. Their outward appearance, I think, gives you a good example of who a person is most of the time. Not always, because I think it's a lot of people, they see me, they show, this guy here, he's swinging and banging. He's on that ESG. A lot of y'all don't know that reference. But if you're from H-Town, you know what I'm talking about. And that may not be the case. Again, it is what it is. So I think that appearances can be faulty You have to kind of get to know a person, but I have multi-level tiers that I have kind of in each category that I would prefer because of the associations that I have with certain these things. But here's the real kicker. I know I'm not foolish, right? I know that the likelihood of all of these things coming together is slim to none. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, and I agree, John. And I don't think I don't think that's like I say. I know that it's the likelihood of putting all these pieces together is very slim, if almost non-existent, probably here in America. And it is what it is, and I'm almost to the point where I guess I'm willing to accept that. You know, what's the whole thing? Why settle for less? You know, all this other good stuff. But I'm sure it is. I think it's not a mainstream thing, but I think you just you gotta. Maybe you have to search the right places. You might come across the right things. The opportunities are there. But, no, that's boo. Highest, worst advice you've ever given. That's the worst advice you've ever given. So I'm just gonna go to Golden Corral because I need to choose somewhere to eat, and I'm gonna eat everything. That's there that way. That's how I deal with life. So I won't be picky. I'll just eat a bunch of pseudo food. But see, here's what happens, man. When I start sweating, it don't matter if I go from AC to whatever because I've been running in and out. And then, like I said, I did a little body weight workout right before the stream. Stupid, because I know I'm going to start sweating. But for some reason, I took a nap earlier today after the fucking Texas game, so that's what it is. And once I start sweating, it don't even matter. It don't even matter. I could be sitting in a fucking 50 fucking degree where I'm gonna sweat until my body decides we're done. So it'll be all good. Because I actually have the fan on right there, so that's the crazy part about it. So again, this is what we're gonna do, man. Interesting. I think I have a. Do I have a book on? No. That's a general patent book that I have. Something. Anyway, I hadn't read it yet, but it's it is what it is. Manopause. Stop the nonsense. Now, well, hanging out with you, you people in the mixer. What if you get off the mixer to like 4 something this morning? Then got up a couple of hours later, got the stuff together for the sauce, and did all that. And I ate after that, and I was I took a power nap before the den. I don't care about any of the rest of the games. So anyway, let's get it. The most beautiful woman in the world, America. So give me a second. Let me open up the. Let me get ready to open up the lines here. Like I said, I want to know your thoughts. Whether you have a confession to share this evening, whether there's something else going on in the world that you would like to talk about. Y'all know how Sunday nights kind of are, and or like I say, you have a thought. You have your own personal views on pickiness. So like I say, especially like I said, I will be, make sure you're following on Den Show Podcast, the Spreaker page, because like I said, we will be dual streaming the podcast and the YouTube streams. And like I said, I may do some day dens through there because like I say, it has a chat on the podcast page, the live podcast page. So we'll check it out. Sometime this week we'll do a day den and test it out to see how it all works out. It's for those of you who prefer just to listen. You probably maybe save you some data or whatever because you're just listening instead of having a video on and all that other good stuff. And we'll go from there. Like I said, we're going to be testing out a lot of new stuff because with a lot of the changes that YouTube is making, you have to have a backup plan just in case, man. So let's get it. The line is open. I would love to know your thoughts. Whatever's on your mind, man. And like I said, I hope that all of you are having a good day. I hope that everything is going in your favor. And so, honorable mention Kenneth is here. New Ken over honorable mention Kenneth. 10 times out of 10. What's that report card looking like, man? You got a couple of weeks? Simpin' Ken. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hey, it's Belle. I actually had to time that one just right. I wasn't sure I was going to make first call tonight.
Okay. Well, yes, you absolutely succeeded. What's on your mind today? How are you feeling? First of all, how are you feeling today?
Better. Allergies are just going nuts everywhere across the country by the sounds of it. Lots of hot tea and loving that.
Yes.
I like the subtitle or alternative title if you needed it. I am picky as hell when it comes to certain things. And I think my picky as hell has gotten to the point because of life lessons, and sometimes you experience things and you're like, yeah, I'm not going there, I'm not doing that again. It's not so much the fact that you're not willing to entertain it. It's like you've been there, done that, and you don't want to go back there. And that's definitely an open question mark about different things. However, my big thing is I don't want to date somebody that's over 5 years either younger or older than me.
So what do you think? What is the basis for that that decision?
My husband was 20 years older than I was. And I'm roughly at the time age when how do I put this? 20 years ago, or 20-something years ago, was about the age that he met me at. And I look back and I'm going, I can't date somebody that young. What did he see in me? Or would I go and date somebody that old again? No, I'm not doing senior citizen. So I'm young enough to be able to enjoy my life, and those two different age groups, that's almost 7 generations on either side. That's a lot of different time periods. So I want to be able to have somebody that I can relate to more and that is sort of on that same level. I don't have a preference when it comes to ethnicity or black or white or Asian or Hispanic. That's not a problem. I don't go out with overweight guys. Yeah.
Okay. What's the
Never
deal?
have.
What is the deal with overweight gentlemen? What is
What's the point of it? I never have. I've always gone out with guys that have worked out at the gym or been athletic, but they also have to be smart.
Cool. Interesting. Very interesting.
Now, would I bend on those 2 rules? No. I mean, but there's other ones, If they're maybe 10 or 15 pounds of weight, yeah, not a big deal these days. Is that a hard, fast rule? Yeah. Some things like you have to have a driver's license. Been there, done that, been broke. Yeah, you'd be surprised at how many people want to date that don't have a driver's license.
That darn voter ID.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like, been there, done that. When I was young, I was broke. It's like I'm not playing old and broke either. They've got to be able to financially take care of themselves. I know times are hard, but I've been there, been through that, and I'm not going back to that. And I also am not going to date somebody with young kids.
I can definitely understand that.
Mine are 19 and 23. Unless they're grandchildren and you're going to visit, yeah, I'm done with that. But as far as maybe being not so much hair or, maybe shorter than me, I don't have an issue with that.
Word? So height is not a thing?
I would like to say that I would like either even height or maybe a couple inches taller. I mean, I'm only 5'3", so...
Oh, what?
Yeah, short as hell. But, so I don't have to have somebody that's 6 foot or 6'10" or whatever, so that's okay. And there's a lot of room in between that. But definitely active, definitely somebody that's family-oriented. I know, why am I just giving a description of my dating list, but
Yeah, he
you know, the one
might be
thing,
in at the end. You never know. Hey, you got to seize every opportunity.
yeah, well, you know, that's the thing. I mean, I'm still not ready. I'm probably looking at another 6 or 8 months anyway. It's only been since this last May, and this is the first Christmas, so yeah, I'm good with that. Somebody that's very family oriented, somebody that is a great human being. You know, sometimes you just have shitty people that come into your life, and you just gotta like, yeah, I'm done with that. You know, I think that it's okay to have what they call hard nose about things in our life that don't have anything to do with dating, just that you've had an experience where you're not going to allow a circumstance or situation to be tolerated because you've been there before and you don't want to go back to it again. You know, like meeting a friend and they've got more drama than you have, and by saying, yep, nope, I can't be, you know, friends with this person because they've just got too much. That's okay, you know? And so that's why when people have said, well, it's not okay to be so specific, well, when you've had some pretty harsh lessons, it's okay to be able to put healthy boundaries on that, too. And I don't know if that's kind of where you were going with that or a way that you were looking at it, but...
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be good, you know, if anybody has, you know, certain hard and fast rules that they have. I think that would be interesting to share, and you know, just to kind of get an idea of how people feel and how people think, you know. So I don't think anything wrong with that.
I think it's absolutely cool. All right, like I said, I've put my 2 cents in, and I challenge everybody that calls to be able to have one thing that's a hard and fast rule that they be willing to say, nope, I'm willing to walk away, and something, a hard and fast rule is something that they'd be willing to say, I have to have that in whatever it is, whether it's music, relationship, food, whatever, you know? But one positive, one negative, or one deal breaker, and one have to have. How's that?
I think that's pretty cool. We'll see who will step up and accept it. I think that's great. Actually, I think that's a very good idea. So, you know, I think it'll give people a little bit more insight into some of the individual den folks' preferences. I think that's a great idea.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I'm good for the night. Do you have any more questions?
Okay. No, that's all I got, Miss Bell. The class in session, the bell has rung, so I appreciate you calling in.
All right. Good night, and y'all have a good week.
All right, you too. Thank you, Miss Bell. I probably just type like 10 words a minute. It sounds real good. I got some pistachios too. Yasmin. Yeah, you talk about Yasmin. Yasmine. I'm going to talk about Miss Yasmin for a second. Because Miss Yasmin dipped on us for a while. Y'all know that? She said men were supposed to wear some tight ass pants, and then she left us. You know what I'm saying? She had all the men astonished by the things that she was saying, and I was just like, wow, this is interesting. But I must, wow, Chick-fil-A, that's God's house, and she deserves to be stoned. I must admit, because Miss Yasmin had left us for a while, I didn't recognize when she slid back in the chat the other day, and I thought it was somebody new, so I apologize. How are you, Miss Yasmin? I hope life is treating you well. I hope that everything is going good for you. And I hope that you found a man with the tightest pants on the market. But it's good to see you, and I hope all is well. Let's see. So, as we take calls today, I think Miss Bell, that's a great idea. So we're going to talk about the underlying tone. It's Sunday Night Confession. So if you have something to confess, you know, feel free to confess. But the sub topic, if you will, is preferences, being picky. You know, if you are being picky, no. All right, Miss Angela. But And so it's being picky. So what are your hard and fast rules? So what are things that you will accept, things that you won't accept when it comes to relationships? Because I got picked on yesterday by Broderick and Heidi, and they said that I'm too picky in the things that I am seeking. Moving forward in my life, and like I say, I'm not really looking for nothing immediately, but I just have some things. If I do stumble across them that I find interesting, I got a lot of me to work on first. I got some goals I need to obtain this year, and we know women are nothing but stumbling blocks, terrible, terrible individuals. But I got some things that I have to accomplish for myself and Scotty this year. So, but 335 in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? So, that's just kind of where it is. But like I say, so if you do call in, I would like to know. What are you talking about, Kenneth? That's old news. When you're 60, would you have found it? If I was 16, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with either one of them. I'm not really big on Jennifer Aniston. Liz really could have got it. We talked about Bedazzled. How old was she in Bedazzled? She wasn't 50 something in Bedazzled. So I think that I think there's caveats everywhere. 16-year-old eyes, I just want to smash, and I would hit that. That's what a 16-year-old thinks. I don't think a 16-year-old saying, I want to get locked down for life, unless you like live on a farm somewhere. I appreciate the job. Yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, everything is amicable, which is ideal. I think everything, pretty much every situation. And like I said, it's only like 2 or 3 chicks I actually consider that I'll say that I've dated. I've had encounters, or we've been talking. You know that phrase, we're talking, things like that. But I think all the situations where it was actually a long-term thing have ended amicably, if you could say that for the most part, etc., etc. So it is what it is. No, not locked down at 50. I mean, how are they 50 now? Because Hollywood makeup only does so much. You know what I mean? So, the track. At 16, if it looks good, it looks good. But again, so I think it is what it is. But I think your preferences change as you grow over time. Big O, B-I-G-O. I know I'm not familiar with that. You know what I'm saying? Kenneth 60 would. I don't know. Kenneth is a racist though, so I would not Kenneth Fitzgerald. Kenneth Simpin Ken, not new Kenneth, but Simpin Ken is a racist. Where was I? But yeah, so if you call in today and you have something that you want to share, and you want to call in, you have, not a confession, but let's talk about pickiness. Can you be too picky? Can you be, and you said your views have changed somewhat towards men, Miss Yasmin. That'll be interesting to hear. So, but like I say, whatever your personal preferences may be, can someone be too picky? Can they have too many rules that they're looking for? Does that cause you to miss opportunity? And if these things are hard and fast rules for you, but you entertain someone else in your life, are you really going to be happy in that situation? I mean, if these are things that are important to you one way or another, and then this person, as time goes on, you start to, because usually when you get in relationships early on, everything is peachy keen. Oh, this is heaven, and they're perfect. And then the longer you stay with somebody, the more you see flaws. The more you start noticing little things. Man up, what's the motherfucking deal? The more you start to notice. Little flaws, little things, little imperfections, things that get on your nerves, and so then that pickiness, those preferences may come up. Or do you deal with that? Or do you say, well, this initially was a preference of mine. This person doesn't necessarily have that trait, but I'm willing to accept. But then, like I say, in the long term, this thing becomes a point of frustration for you, maybe. And so, again, do you even put yourself in that situation initially, or do you just avoid it in the long run? So I think that there are multiple angles to look at it. Heidi says all of this stuff is defense mechanisms. You should go date everybody. Even animals are not off the table. So that's tough. Picky, prayerful, and patient. Now you ain't getting no 3 P's. that's off. I mean, you just off the table. I'm talking shit, man. But Colombia, yes, I'm going to see. There's no donkey show. I mean, you just pull up on a donkey, you get it in. However you get it, how you live. But wait, was that Colombia? Was that Colombia with the donkeys? The donkey show? I can't even remember. That was a terrible. That's probably like one of the worst documentaries I've ever seen. That was so. That's a thing, you know. That's a thing. Oh man. Yes, the lines are open. The numbers on the screen. The lines are open. Feel free to call in and express yourself. So. Persuasive, patient, procrastinate. You got to get rid of that last one. Procrastination is a bad situation. Take it from someone with experience. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? Persuasive, patient, procrastinate.
Hi, it's Yasmin.
Hello, Miss Yasmin. How have you been?
I've been okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me just fine, or do I have to turn down I have the phone and I got the iPad. Let me turn it down so
you won't hear. You have a little bit of, I mean, I hear you clearly, but there's a little bit of echo in the background.
Okay. Okay, is that better?
Yes, absolutely. So, Miss Yasmin, how have you been since you've been on your sabbatical, your hiatus, or whatever it's been from the den? It's been a while. How are you?
I know, I've been doing pretty good, you know. Just out here living life, working, you know, what else. You know, I moved on to the East Coast.
Oh.
No longer down there. Yeah. Yeah, so I had to step away from the internet for a few weeks to get myself, you know, together here in the real world.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as the topic about being picky and whether you're too picky or not, I felt like I know what you were saying last time I had called in. I had some pretty strong views on, you know, men in relationships and my views as far as you know, what to expect from a man these days. And you know, I've been dabbling in some other chats and you know, just following more, getting myself more aware politically, and just getting more stopping and just taking a hard look around me. I see that what I was saying is kind of impossible. Not really. Well, I'm not going to say impossible. That's the wrong word. But it's rare. Not where I'm looking at. You know, in the level, in the neighborhoods, in the stores, in the joints. You know, wherever I may go to, I'm looking around and I don't see nobody like that. That I was, you know, that I may have held men to that standard. I don't see men like that anymore. And men like that, just on the economical base of where our country is at, just a lot of people just don't have it like that. And so I understand that there would be some sacrifices and some roles that traditionally women did not have that they would have to probably take on to have a relationship these days. So I realized that just talking to people and noticing the relationships I see, you know, it's kind of like this partnership and this team, you know, he's taking half, she's taking half, like that 50-50 stuff that I was very against before. Yeah, and so I see that that it's just not normal these days, or it's very rare that you see somebody that's taking care of everything. And you know, as a woman, you just get to sit back and get yourself pampered, and you know, be catered to like that. So, with that being my new outlook, I'm looking at the world like that. I realize in my personal life, I wouldn't be I just stopped dating. That's just it. I just said, look, I may have to get my man when they get reparations or something. Something happens, then I'll probably go get my man. Because other than that, I know how I am, and it just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. Why would I put somebody through that?
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't even put a man through that.
No ice cream parlors, no nothing.
No, none of that. None of that, because I know how I am, and it's just not fair for me to be that way, and then, trying to date or give a man attention, knowing good and well that he can't give me what I want. So, I just rather I said, well, let me just go ahead on and focus on myself, because trying to do that and have somebody in there, I haven't found anybody that interesting to keep my attention that long anyway, so it ain't even worth it's not even worth the drama, it's not worth the time. So
okay. So you just gonna kind of concede until maybe something just comes along, or I mean, how do you think you will know when the situation is right?
Just something small, simple, like, okay, if he has money to take you out every week. If he got money, I mean, nice food. I'm not talking about no ice cream shop or the movies. No. I like interesting places to go. And just realize that all that takes money. Just to really court somebody, that takes money. And even if he had the money to do so, most guys are doing that with several different women, so it may not even be my turn this week. I mean, it may not be my turn. He may be with somebody else next week. So, I mean, I'm just kind of done trying to figure it out. I said, well, it ain't like I haven't done it or I can't do it by myself, so here I am. Yeah.
Okay. So, just to enlighten folks, maybe some who don't know, or maybe some things have changed since the last time we've talked. What do you have, kind of like Ms. Bell suggested, do you have one thing about somebody that will immediately cause you to walk away, and what is one thing about somebody that you're interested in that is a must-have?
Oh, I could tell you the truth. The turnoffs would be him saying, 50-50. That'd be a huge turnoff to me. I'm not paying for nothing, You want me to pay for something? Oh, okay, that's okay. Well, I'll pass it up. Okay. That's all right. Never mind. That would be like the number one thing. Okay. Yeah. If you're talking about roommating and let's move in and let's go half on this and do this and that, no.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So that's an instant turnoff. So, well, then, what is the one thing that a man? What is the one thing that he must have? So obviously, money is one of those things. I think that goes in that same other category. But what's something else what is a must-have for you to entertain a relationship?
Just to me, it's just like a genuine interest, and planning. He has to plan something. I don't like, you get a date and you get in the car and it's like, oh, what do you want to do? What you want to do? I don't know what you want to do. No, what do you want to do? No, brother, you had all week to think about this, So I would be really impressed with somebody, if somebody actually had something in mind and he had things under control and he had a plan for the evening. He had a plan for the month. He had a plan for the year. He had a plan for our lives.
Okay. So are you against a man, say if a man brought you all of these things to the table, and I mean everything that you wanted was there, but he also wanted to entertain other women, would you approve or disapprove of that?
Well, I really wouldn't be caring too much, because I think the more you care about that, the more, it'll push him away. See, when you don't care about that, then he's looking at me like, oh, well, what she got going on? Who she got on the side? So that'll make him feel like be more worried about me leaving versus me worried about him going out and leaving and stepping out.
Okay. All right. So other than that, how has your transition to the East Coast been? I mean, are you liking it more? Or are you just still kind of getting adjusted? I mean, how would you identify it?
Um, so far I don't like it. I don't know how y'all do it. It's so cold over here, and it's just like, oh man, I had to just get a whole new wardrobe because, down in the deep south, even in winter times, it's like 60 degrees. Now it's like, sheesh, what is it, 30, 40, something like that. To me, that's too cold. I'm not, and they're like, oh no, wait till you get to January, and then it really gets cold. And I'm like, oh no. The weather sucks over here. Not necessarily I could say my job because I moved up here for my job, but it's just seeing that I see more. I saw more prosperous people down south when it came to like minorities. I saw more black people had their own businesses. More black people were doing things and making moves than I see up here where I'm at so far. Like I said, I haven't been very long, but just so far I see. I mean, you got your nice side of town, but the rough side of town is rough. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think it's the more you kind of get integrated into the community and meet some folks, maybe discover some things. Sometimes it takes a little bit to find the inner workings. And
people are just generally more friendly, and that's with anybody. It doesn't matter your color, black or white or Hispanic or whatnot. It just seems like they're more friendlier down south, down in the deep south, than on the East Coast. So up here, everybody's not so friendly.
Okay. That's interesting. Now, some people in the chat, they have some responses and some thoughts. And someone inquired, and I think I recall, but I don't want to say it wrong. How would you identify your age range, Miss Yasmin, if you don't want to give a specific age?
I'm medium age.
Yeah.
Medium age. I'm in my 30s, early 30s.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of trying to remember the phrase. I'm trying to make sure that was it. I remember it was a phrase that went along with that.
And medium age. I think who was it? He calls in a lot, and he made that term. One day he was having a rant, and I just thought that was so funny. How he called, you got your young bitches, then you got your medium age bitches, and you got your old ones. And I guess I'm medium. He was going off. What was his name? I bet you if I looked at the chat, I'd probably see his name.
I can't remember. I don't remember if it was Trill or AB that had called in on that one. I think it was one of the two. I can't recall. I might be wrong, but I think it was
medium. I said, well, that's a nice way to put it, medium, because we were talking about women telling their ages and whatnot. And he's like, well, if you're a medium bitch, I said, well, I guess I'm what he's talking about. It's over.
Okay. Well, I mean, is there anything else that you would like to add, Miss Yasmin?
No, that was pretty much. I just wanted to call in and say hey. That's all.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that you found your way back around a time or two. Hopefully, you stick around this time. And it's like I said, it's good to hear from you. It's good to hear that you're going through some changes and you just maybe they're not all good, but I think they'll get better with time as you get adjusted.
I mean, they're still good. It's still good. It's just like it's just a huge weight lifted off of like my shoulders too, thinking that hey, well, one day you're gonna find this prince charming, and the reality is everybody got something in the mix where not saying that the men aren't trying anymore, so it was a huge weight to know that, hey, instead of hatred, it's now pity. It's kind of like, oh, I feel sorry for you, man. That's a hard luck. You got this bill and that child support and this back child support and this and you got all those things going on instead of, turning my nose up at that. Now I kind of understand it and kind of feel like, that's messed up, It's a little bit more understanding, but I know myself, that it ain't gonna work for me and somebody like that.
Okay. Well, I mean,
So
you should be honest, and so you're not putting anybody through the ringer.
yeah,
Faking
that's
the
the
funk,
first step, right? Just be
yeah.
honest with yourself. It may not be popular opinion or anything like that, but hey, I could be honest with myself, and that just eliminated a whole bunch of a lot of pressure that I was probably putting on myself. So just with honesty, just being honest.
Okay. Well, Miss Adams, like I said, I appreciate it. And again, it's good to hear from you. And hopefully, you'll be calling in a little more often. And, like I said, it's just good. I'm just glad to hear from you. Like I said, I know a bit of it. Sometimes when people kind of venture off, I wonder from time to time, especially with people who are regulars, like, I hope everything is all right. I hope ain't nothing, life has a way of making things happen. So it's good to know that you're all right. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Everything's pretty good. Okay, then. You have a good night. I done took some Benadryl already. I'm about to go to sleep. I'm like, I'm winding down. So yeah, so I'm a little slow at responding. But yeah, it is cool. I'll listen to you.
Okay.
Probably just fall asleep a little whatnot. But you have a good show.
All right. Thank you for calling in, Miss Yasmin. It's good to hear from you.
All right. Bye bye.
Shout out to Miss Jones, and I think her views have calmed down a little bit since last time. Because some of the last calls I remember, I want to say, was that her and Miss Angela that night that both had those calls? Y'all was talking about doing very aggressive things to me, and that was uncalled for. I couldn't sleep for a week straight after some of them calls. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Yo, I don't know who the fuck that damn lady is who was talking all that damn cash bullshit on the damn phone, but she know fucking better than talking all that damn bullshit. Bullshit. Bull to the motherfucking shit. Do you hear me? And you hear me? Yeah. First of fucking all, and all of fucking first. Yeah. This woman said, if he's talking about 50-50, it's a no-go. What the fuck? Like, you sound like the typical damn woman talking about the man gotta do this, the man gotta do that, but you want equality. Shut the fuck up. You don't want no damn equality. You gonna get your ass beat, okay? I know women like her get their ass beat all the damn time, okay? Talking about the man gotta do this. She don't want to work. Women like her don't want to lift a fucking finger. Barely want to wash her fucking pussy at night. Okay, and she probably takes bird baths. I want to say, sounds fucking lazy to me. And that's what the fuck it sounds like. It sounds like one of them lazy ass bird bath hoes that talking about the man gotta do. She sound like my mama. That's who the fuck she sound like. I was fucking damn learning how to walk again. Couldn't in a fucking wheelchair. My mama told me, yeah, I need you to hurry up and get better. You need to hurry up and get better so you can take care of me. What the fuck, ho? Not you need to get better so you could be better for yourself. This woman gonna tell me that I need to get better and learn how to walk again so I could take care of her rusty ass. Are you kidding me? Women like her is like the woman that just got off the phone, a bird bath hoe. Don't want to lift a fucking finger and don't want to suck a dick either. I bet you she sucked dick lazy. I bet you she sucked dick lazy. She is fucking lazy as fuck. Do you hear me? Women don't want equality. And I'm tired of this whole equality bullshit. Women don't want true equality because if that's the case, you wouldn't be mad when the man won't open the door for you when you get out the car, or hold the door for you when you go into a restaurant, or pull your chair out. Pull his motherfucking chair out if you want equality, ho. Pull his chair out. Hold his damn door. Pay for his damn dinner. Wash his balls. Shit. You want equality? You don't want equality. You don't want it. So stop with that equality bullshit. Along with the I keep telling the whole feminist is bullshit. It's bull to the motherfucking shit and shit to the motherfucking bull. She need to be ashamed of herself. For real. And I don't even know this lady. God bless her. But she sounds like she's going to get her ass beat in the future if she hasn't already got her ass beat already. It's really sad. Yeah. Southern hospitality. Southern hospitality is fake as fuck.
What?
Southern hospitality is fake friendliness. Now, I lived in the South from 1991 to 2011. I grew up in a church, AME Zion Church, Baptist Church, Grandma Missionary of the Church, Usher Board, all that shit. Okay. And I done seen this lady smile in these people's faces. Oh, how you doing? Oh, good. Oh, you looking good, sister. And she get in the damn car. Mind you, ain't left the parking lot yet. This woman get in the car and talking cash shit about these church women. Talking cash shit. That Southern hospitality, it's bull to the motherfucking shit. See, Southern hospitality, they were so hospitable. There wouldn't be a whole bunch of damn Confederate flags waving from side to side on your damn pickup trucks and in the front of your yards. And if it was so hospitable, it wouldn't have been KKK rallies going on in my damn town back in the 90s. If it was so hospitable, in my town where in North Carolina, they have Civil War reenactment festivals where these white-ass people dress up in Civil War attire, make tents out there downtown, sleep outside for the weekend, okay, to reenact Civil War, okay. It's all bullshit. It's fake friendliness. Now, when you go up to New York, if you meet a friendly person, by all means, they're a genuinely friendly person. So I respect, just like my racist. I love my racist. I love them racist. Don't you give me no Southern hospitality racist motherfucker. Don't you give me that. No, I like to know you're racist. I like to know where you stand. And the Southern hospitality shit will get you fucked up. That Southern hospitality shit will have you thinking this is your motherfucking friend. And it's not your motherfucking friend. It's your enemy. That person is smiling at you at work and going to HR the next day talking shit to the fucking HR manager. That's Southern hospitality for your ass. Whereas when you come up to the North, you know what you're dealing with. If a motherfucker don't fuck with you in New York or up in the North, you know they don't fuck with you. Point blank and the period. Now, Oprah need to sit her fat ass down. She needs to sit her fat ass down. I'm tired of her. I've been tired of her for a long time. And I really feel as though that either one, her company is at stake. Something dealing with her company. She needs these people to keep her company afloat. Ratings aren't that good, so I've read. Or they got something on her rusty crusty ass. It's something going on that we don't know about that is causing her to do these things, and they are grabbing her by the fucking pussy. Is what I believe. I believe somebody got her pussy, and they got it in a fucking knot. Okay? And they not letting her pussy go. They're not letting her pussy go until she gives them what the fuck they want. That's what I think. I don't know that for sure. But when I study things like this, and when people come out the woodwork with, this is literally an agenda. You know, people talk about agenda. This is an agenda. You can clearly see it plain sight. Anytime you go and try to villainize a dead man that was your friend, Michael Jackson, that helped your network become what it was, that helped her show become what it was. There's absolutely nothing that you're going to get from a dead man other than money. Dead man don't speak. So by coming out with this fucking
Coulter
documentary
donated
about Michael
$1.
Jackson,
I know you
with these
normally
fucking
don't, but
lying
any
ass
chance Mexa
boys
tonight?
who would
Same
probably
callers
get
ranting
fucked,
every night gets
okay,
kinda old.
and they got fucking money, okay? I don't know, but yeah, sounds like an agenda to me. Somebody has her pussy, and they not letting her stinking ass pussy go. You could tell she's not an honest woman, or a woman of some type of thing. Because look, she carrying around dead men. You know what I'm saying? She ain't motherfucking married. She don't got no damn kids. You know, I believe her and damn Gail is some bulldagging asshole.
They definitely getting it in.
Definitely bulldaggers. Definitely they bulldaggers, and Stedman is her damn cover up. Now that's what I believe.
Heidi Kleindienst donated $2 for Super Chat. Getting the party started.
And Gail is the damn carpet muncher as well. They munch on carpet and they scissoring each other. They scissoring each other and they munching on carpet. And that's what I believe. I'm about to get off the line. But that woman who was talking about that 50-50 shit, she need to go ahead and kiss somebody's ass. And stop taking bird baths. Stop taking bird baths and kiss somebody's ass. And try not to get her ass beat by a man if she has not already got her ass beat.
That's tough. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much tough. That's pretty much all I got to say.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Southern hospitality is fake. Move up to the north, you know who you're dealing with. Look at Trump, you know who you got. The man is who he is. You know what you're getting into. He's telling you what the fuck he is, and you got what you got with this dude. You know? So, move up to the north and meet some real people for your ass.
I don't know, man.
You don't got no...
It's just, I don't know, man. You know, it's a thing. And like I say, when it comes to Southern hospitality, I don't even think it's about, you know, the way I look at Southern hospitality. It's not even about, you know, establishing deep friendships. It's just the little casual things. So as I go about my day, if I'm paying for my groceries, you know, just, hey, how you doing? The little things. When I remember the other day, it was some months ago.
Right.
But those things.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing is a greeting.
Yeah, but
nobody wants to know how the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, but even the guise of it, you know, it changes the mood. But I mean, it just changes the mood. It feels like if I'm spending my money somewhere, and it's the same thing. And we'll get into it one day, but it's the same thing. Like if I go to a black-owned restaurant or a black-owned spot, and they just kind of look at you like they don't give you very good customer service, well, then the likelihood is I'm not fucking with you. I don't care if you're black, white, whatever it may. I'm not gonna fuck with you. But it's the same thing at any other place. So if it's a fake, act like you want my business or whatever it may be. So the same thing with acting like, you know, I get it. I'm not finna, like I said, we're not finna be besties. We're not finna start hanging out and doing all that other stuff. To me, it's just I don't want to say lightens the mood or anything. To me, it makes the situation maybe more comfortable, whether it's phony or not. But it's been so many times, like I said, I've gone, and it's like little old white women for some reason love having conversations with me about random stuff. And so that's why they do. And I'm like, I don't know why.
Fetishizing your ass.
Hey, they better not. Look. I got a limit. That's one of my no-goes on my list. But there's an age limit. But
they come from slave owners. Trust and believe they fetishizing your ass.
But you know, little off the wall shit like that to me is cool, as opposed to, hey, you know, fuck you, get out the fucking way, you know, hey, because then I'm a person, like y'all say I'm calm and all this other stuff. I can get angry quickly in certain scenarios, and so I think to me that's more comforting to fake the funk. I don't give a shit. Because if you want to get hostile, then I think that escalates things very quickly, and it's just a lot of unnecessary tension. So I have no issues with Southern hospitality. You know, whether it be genuine, whether it be fabricated, you know, it's all good to me.
I mean, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? But in a sense, motherfuckers using people to make themselves feel better when they should be making them own selves feel better. I mean, that's what I hear. Like, when people ask you how you're doing, when I'm in the South, motherfuckers wave at me, don't bit more know me, ain't never seen my ass, not a day in their life, and they wave. I wave back, hey, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I know I know what you're saying as far as a comforting feeling, you know, but people up north speak as well. If you look inviting, you know, if you look inviting, they say hi. You know, you don't typically get the hey, how you doing? Because like I said, many motherfuckers don't care how you doing. You know, and I'm one of the ones, I used to say that all the time. Hey, how you doing? Until I broke it down. I really don't give a fuck how you doing, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know. So I stopped saying it. And that's why I used to say on Facebook before I deactivated my social media, I'm praying for you. Praying for you, sis. Praying for you. And then I go on about my day. I don't bit more pray for this hoe. I don't bit more pray for this hoe. You hear me? When somebody's praying for you, praying for you. I don't pray for these people when people die, you know? So I stopped saying that. And I only say what I mean. So if I do say I'm praying for you, trust and believe I am praying for you. Because just like you said with the whole queen shit, calling everybody queen undeserving. You're not a fucking queen, ho. You're a hood rat. You're not a queen. You're a hood rat. You know, all like my girl say, hood booger. Fuck the hood booger. Fuck the hood booger, like my girl Ashley said. You know, and that's the same thing with I'm praying for you. If I'm not going to pray for you, I'm not going to say that. You know, because I feel like the more I'm playing with your emotions, I'm kind of playing with God in a sense because I'm lying, and I know I'm lying, you know. So I ain't going to sit here and say I'm praying for your ass. And I'm not going to ask you how you're doing if I don't give a fuck how you're doing. I'm just going to say hi, have a nice day, or a greeting. A greeting to me, hey, how you're doing is a question. That is a question. And we've turned a question into a greeting. Like, hello is a greeting. Good evening. Good afternoon, sir, sire, or whatever. That's a greeting. How you doing is a question. And we've intertwined the two, you know. So maybe it's me, I break down shit. Like people in my hometown used to say, Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. And I used to say, Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. Until I got older and I broke it down. Like, what am I saying? Lord, have mercy? What does that even mean? How does the Lord have mercy? Have mercy, you mean. Have mercy, you know. So repeating what I heard motherfuckers say, you know, I got older these past couple of years. I started breaking down these words and breaking down these phrases and things that I've just heard people say over and over, you know, and that's what goes into, hey, how you doing? You're repeating what other motherfuckers said and not really meaning what you're saying or even knowing what it means.
But what if you genuinely do? What if you genuinely do have concern? Because I would say that prior to, I was a person I didn't give a shit. I wasn't super social, and like I said, I went to some things. I studied some things, and I said, you know what? I started looking at stuff, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna start caring more about people. I started actually taking a genuine interest. So, what if someone is asking, they do actually have a genuine interest, whether they know you or not? And I think, you know, that I try to care, you know, and people show you who they are, and you know, those people you don't give a fuck about. But when I come across individuals, I genuinely do care. Now, when we're talking about generalizations, not as much, because there's a thing. When you have individual encounters compared to, you can tell a story about an individual, you can tell a story about a mass amount of people. People tend to care more about the individual because there's a connection there as opposed to a bunch of numbers. So when I come across individuals, I do have a genuine concern. You know, I'm interested in people and what they bring to the table. So in that sense, you know, is that feasible? Does it make sense to say, okay, well, how you doing if I genuinely do care? Does that change the dynamic?
No. See, people get me misconstrued. I'm speaking for Kenneth O'Shea Fitzgerald. Now, I'm not speaking for the rest of you hoes and the rest of you niggas and nigrettes. I'm speaking For Kenneth O'Shea Fitzgerald, yes, that is my government. And to the people who always like to hold me to a higher standard and want to stay on topic, my topic and my confession is fuck you, ho, John from New York. That's my confession. I'm confessing. These are my confessions. Fuck you, John from New York, and everything that you stand for. That is my confession. Now I'm on topic, okay? I'm on topic now. And anybody else who wants to hold me to a standard where no one else has stuck on topic, my confession is fuck you, John from New York. And that's my confession. Just like y'all want to hold Lizzo to a higher standard. Y'all always want to hold the fucking minority folks to a higher standard when it comes down to shit. But everybody else can do and say whatever the fuck they do. Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass on a dirty day. Okay. That's all I have to say. Yeah. But no, for real though. Like in all seriousness, like you could do what you do. You could ask people how you're doing and all that other stuff. I'm just saying, for me personally, I stopped for myself asking people how they're doing when I really don't want to know how they're doing. I only ask people how they're doing when I want to know. Because I get offended when you say, hey, how you doing? And I go, I'm doing good. You know, I'm thinking about the other day. And I'm like, all right, I'll talk to you later. What the fuck? I was telling you how I was doing. You don't care about how now I got an attitude. I have an attitude, and now I'm pissed, and now I'm not going to speak to you again. You know what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't let me tell you how I'm doing, you know. So I'm different. I'm a communications major, you know. Communicating is my thing, you know. So, yeah, I break things down a bit to what it is meant to be, or to what I feel as though it's meant to be. So I'm not going to ask anyone how they're doing if I don't want to know, you know. So just know when I do, you know that I'm genuine with you. I'm genuine with you all the time for the most part. That's why many people can't take me, because if you ask me a question, I'm going to give you my answer. I'm not going to give you no watered down, Southern hospitable bullshit-ass answer. I'm going to give you the answer according to how I feel. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be something, you know, ruthless. Just like the transgender person found that out the other day. It was something ruthless, and I had to let them know that you still have the brain of a man, and you fighting for this feminist bullshit, and it's not real, you know. And that's my opinion. Sue me. Sue me. I don't want to take up any more time. You know, I'm pretty sure the folk is a bit agitated with my long, as they call it, long-winded calls. You know, so I'll go. Peace and light to everyone. Hope you have a good night, and I really do hope you have a good night. And when I ask you how you're doing, I really do want to know. Hope you do have a good night. Trey James, go to fucking sleep, ho. Go to sleep. Don't nobody got the gun to your motherfucking head, Trey James. Nobody has a gun to your head making you stay in this chat to listen to my ass, okay? You could put me on fucking mute, okay? Literally, you have a choice. In all this shit, you have a choice. John from New York has a damn choice. And all you other fucking hoes got a choice. Long-winded, indeed, I am. Good night. I hope you all have a beautiful night, including the ones that can kiss my ass. Good night.
Well, thank you for calling in, Mr. Kenneth.
Thank you for having me, as usual.
All right.
God bless.
Good evening. See, I'm going to start using bird bath on y'all. I done stole some lingo. I'm adding that to my lexicon. What's the motherfucking deal? Who got called into the den this evening?
Stop right there. I'm doing something. I'm going to keep you a minute.
Okay.
What's going on? This is your boy Man Up here.
Man Up. How you been, Man Up?
Man, I've been busy as fuck, man. You know, but got to do what I got to do. You know, it is what it is.
I know you said you took on a second gig, so it's been probably been taxing on you. So I get it. But it's good to hear from you.
First of all, man, I'm just calling in, man, because I've watched a few of your shows, man. I got a long list of things I want to talk about, but I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna take up too much of your time here. I know other people might want to. Other people might want to call in, so I'm not gonna do all that. But first, I want to say to the person that was just on the phone right before me. I mean, everybody has their own opinions, and I'm not attacking you or nothing like that, but I don't really think they understand what that person understands what Southern hospitality really is. And not just saying hello and stuff like that. It's basically, being there for people when you need them. It is a phrase, Southern hospitality, because people have hospitality everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just in the South, it's not just in the North, East, West, whatever, it's Central, or however that goes. So it is a phrase, Southern hospitality, but I think it's more so because of the things how people actually treat you down south. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, everybody has their own opinion. So it is what it is on that. But man, I'm just calling in, man, because I haven't chopped it up with you, and I don't know if you saw that message I sent you earlier on Skype.
Okay.
So I want you to check that out for me, man. Might be interesting for you. I don't know. It's just something, just check it out.
Man, whatever you said, you had a couple other things on your mind. If even if you said you got a long list, even if you can't, hit on all of. What else were you think? What else you wanted to address, man?
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up one of them that was kind of bugging me a little bit, and that's the first one. The first one. Well, the one I want to bring up is that Izzo or that Lizzo. I haven't said her name. You say that she really getting body shamed. Now, my personal opinion is this here. Yeah, she is a big girl. So what? She knows she's big, so what? Everybody knows she's big. But why is it that, she can't be who she is? You know what I'm saying? Just because, she's big, she says she got her inspiration from Rihanna. Why she can't do what she do? Why is that, you know what I'm saying? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. If she puts herself out there, put it like that. I'll put it like this here. If we put ourselves out there in the public eye, we already know that she's going to, everybody's going to have an opinion. Even Rihanna putting herself out there in some of her videos where she basically showing her naked body, she has negative opinions. You know what I'm saying? So, just like that lady on that Peloton commercial, you know what I'm saying? When she did that commercial, everybody's having negative opinions about her. So it's just, it is what it is. Just leave the lady alone. She's going to do what she's going to do, whether you like it or not. You see what I'm saying? So, and I have opinions about a lot of people doing crazy shit, but they're going to do what they're going to do. So why even waste your time? She shouldn't be doing that because she's big and she's showing all her ass and all that stuff. But nobody has nothing to say, to them thin-ass women or whatever, what I'm saying, showing their ass. Everybody thinks it's nice. So I don't get it, what I'm saying, as a woman, what I'm saying. She's doing what women do, whether I like it or not, different story, but I think it's stupid to body shame someone just because she's big. You know what I'm saying? That's her life. She do what she want to do. You know what I'm saying? Then also, too, excuse me, and there's another one you did, too. What was the title? About that guy in the UPS truck.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot his name. But the one it was in Florida, I think it was. Yes. But now, my opinion on that, man, is this here. A lot of people want to say the police was wrong for shooting like that, you know what I'm saying, to take out casualties and possibly taking out, innocent people and stuff like that. But they not understanding the people who robbed the banks and, stole their UPS truck was shooting like crazy themselves. So, of course, the police is going to try to take them people out to try to prevent less casualties. You see what I'm saying? They might be causing more casualties, maybe not. But, of course, they're going to try to, because if they didn't, you'd be complaining about facts, that they didn't do anything. So it's like a lose-lose situation for the cops in that situation.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't get what people, what you want. You see what I'm saying? What do you want? You want them to try to protect you, or just let people just run all over you? You know, I don't get it, but it is what it is on that one. And there was another one you had talked about. I can't remember it right off the top of my head right now, but those are the main two I want to talk about. I just think, when it comes to Lizzo, let her do what she gonna do. She's a big girl. We know it. She know it. People made fun of I don't know her real name, but she was called Precious. People made fun of her. People made fun of Monique, and she actually made fun of herself. You know what I'm saying?
But do you think it's really the fact that she's a big girl, or where the incident took place? Because we've seen a lot of crazy.
I think it's a little bit of both. And the reason why I'm saying that is because nobody's, like I said, Rihanna, showed up to award shows, did music videos, basically in see-through clothing. Mm-hmm. I didn't hear too many people saying nothing crazy about her. Mm-hmm. But here's Lizzo, and I don't hear too many people giving her praises. So it's like, damn.
I mean, cause the reason why I look at it, I feel like different, because we've seen we've seen a multitude. Like, to me, award shows where you're getting honored and praised. Yeah, you showing off these fashion designers and these fancy dresses, and so it's supposed to be artistic, unique, and fashion forward and all that. I see that as different. This is just my personal opinion. But I see that as different. Like, hey, do what the fuck you do. If she want to come in there in a meat dress or whatever else the fuck she want to do, you can do it. To me, I just look at a basketball game, like at a common event. This is not necessarily something special. People where they're taking their kids and their family or whatever else. To me, that's something different. Like I said, I have no problem. Hey, do it on your album cover, do it in concert, do it. Whatever your videos do all. I have no issue with that. And I have no issue with big girls. I don't care. My thing is just, I've never seen, and it's not just because she's big. She's, to me, and this is the thing this is the only person I've ever seen do this. I've never seen somebody basically show their ass at an event like this. Anytime you see a sport event, any other time you see somebody show ass, they're streaking and they getting their asses thrown out and banned from the venue for life. Outside of that.
Let me say this here. Mm-hmm. Sorry to cut you off, but let me say this here. Mm-hmm. I think you have seen it. You see them cheerleaders on the sideline with them skimpy ass clothes showing their ass.
Now they wearing them little shorts, and they wear the little shorts and stuff like that. Okay.
But I know they're not as big as Lizzo, because most of them are thin or somewhat of a paperweight or whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. But they are basically in skimpy ass clothes, showing their ass, and then nobody complains. Everybody's watching. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody, but a lot of people is watching them, saying sometimes, like these high school football games, they get all very, like, what's the term I'm looking for here? What's the word? They sexualize their moves and stuff. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I get where you're coming from. Don't get me wrong, I do. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's like a double, a stereotype. I'll put it like that. It's like a stereotype. Mm-hmm. It's okay for one side, but not the other. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I get where you come from, like a family event, and I get that. But there are a lot of family events where people be doing crazy shit like this, and they know that's what a lot of this stuff is going to end up happening, and they still take their kids.
Okay. You have a few minutes, Mr. Man. Professor Trill wants to tag in and join in the conversation, if you will accept it.
Come on. I know he got something he wants to say. He always do. Come on.
Man, I'm saying he ain't no punk. He ain't backing down from you, Professor Trill. You ain't nobody. Ah, goddamn it. Did this fucking shit really do this?
Uh-oh.
It's, I don't know, Trill. You might have to... Miss like this doing that fucking woman to log in again and stuff. It's gonna cause a whole clusterfuck. So I don't have to wait till after call. So you have to catch it on the next time.
Get hype with him.
Nah, you have to catch it on the next time, because I'd have to log out and refresh and do all of this. Gonna have to call acting all janky and crazy acting. So we'll have to catch it on the next time. We have to say that for a Tuesday evening or something. Unfortunately, I was gonna try to do it, but it brought me to that bullshit screen. So I know if I do all that unnecessary shit, it's gonna cause a situation. So, but and I agree. But like I say, but to me, I think it's different. Like again, the short shorts, I get it, I realize it, but let's not act like they don't always wear short shorts. They, sometimes some teams got the little pants, some teams got the whatever. I do agree about the sexualization of some of these moves, especially at a lot of these black high schools, because they move particular ways and they strutting and they emphasizing certain shit. I agree, but my thing is, a thong is to me different than some little booty. Like you don't necessarily you see they're tight and they skimpy, but it ain't no butt cheeks hanging out of the majority of flesh and butt cheeks hanging out of the attire. Like the little Chilean girl, they ain't got no ass. The Texans girls ain't got no ass. That's my biggest beef with the Texans because they got absolutely no. I be out there looking. I be on the side. I be trying to watch the All-22 film looking for some ass. I can't find no ass. So that's a thing. But so that's why I say I get it. I do get it. But to me, it's like if it was an outfit, if it was something that just looked like, okay, well, she designed this, or it just a T-shirt with a hole in the back with your thumb. Again, anybody. It's not Lizzo. Like I say, the den was started on BBW Talk. The den was started on BBW Talk, but so it's not about her being a big girl. I just think that it's less than classy. But here's the thing, and I see Ken talk about it. If you go to the beach, you have an expectation that people are going to be wearing skimpy attire, basically underwear, bikinis, things like that. You have that expectation. Nobody goes to a basketball game with the expectation that they finna see raw naked ass cheeks, because that's almost basically one of the longest thong I've ever seen in my life. But basically, naked ass almost. I mean, that's the purpose of a thong, to have a more sexually revealing under attire, in my opinion. And again, like I said, it has nothing to do with her being big. I don't care about that shit. Now I do have some comments though, some follow up shows she did, and some very interesting things that happened, and I do want to get into that, but I'll say that for a little bit later.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, where you come from. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Certain places you expect, and certain places you don't. Mm-hmm. And I get that. Don't get me wrong. But the only thing I'm saying is this here is that you know who she is. You know what she's going to do. It just what's going to end up happening. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with you. Certain places, you should, and certain places you shouldn't. But you know it's going to end up happening. You know what I'm saying? When you see when you know certain people are there. Because, goddamn, I can't think of this lady's name. Fuck. But anyway, I can't think of her name. But anyway, it's just one of those type of things. Like, if you know, now let's just say if you did not know, okay, that's another story. But you see her and you know she's famous. You know people put the cameras on famous people, and you know what famous people are known for. It is what it is. For like example, this has never happened to me, but I'm just saying if it does, let's just say I go to a Texans football game and I see Cardi B there. I already know that she's gonna be sticking her tongue out, shaking her ass, and I'm gonna try to cover my daughter's eyes on that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my daughter seeing no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So now, would I know she'll be there? No, because I don't know the lady. But if I seen her, bless you.
Thanks, sir.
But if I seen her, oh hell no. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those type of things to where it's. I know there's a time and place for everything, but at the end of the day, I think she is kind of being body shamed because of people saying she's big and she shouldn't be doing this, she shouldn't be doing that because of her size. Mm-hmm. I've seen people say those things on, when they comment and stuff like that. But then I do agree with you. I am 100% agreeing with you. There's time and place for everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
And I will agree with that.
It's just one of those. It's just one of those things where it's kind of damn if you do, damn if you don't. You know what I mean? It's like not here, but over there. Yes to you and no to you. One of those type of dumbass things.
And I will agree that there are people who are directly focused on the size and all of that stuff. I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't see that. That definitely is a thing. But like I say, my personal point was I just think it's classless, period, because, again, it is not about what the people think. It's about the esteem you hold yourself in. This is what you want to be known for and identify for. Like, just that's the way you want to be viewed. So, again, it is what it is when it kind of comes to that. Everybody's entitled. It's America. This is America. Everybody can do what the fuck they want to. So, it is what it is. So, I definitely agree with you on that.
Yeah, I agree. Everybody do what they do. But yeah, that's the only thing I want to talk about, man, was that Lizzo and that the cop shooting in, I think it was Florida with the UPS driver and stuff like that. Hate that man lost his life through all that. You know what I'm saying? I hate that all that crap went down. But I just don't understand why people think that the cops shouldn't be shooting back. Yes, I agree that it was a bad situation. The cops were shooting back and could have hit innocent people and all that, but it's like, what do you expect for them to do? Of course, they're going to try to make it less, what's the word I'm looking for? Not as bad as it could have been, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, what do you want me to do? See what I'm saying? So it's just like for somebody breaking into your house, you know what I'm saying, you going to try to take them out. Even though you got wife and kids there, you're going to try to take them out. You know what I'm saying? So damn if you do, damn if you don't. You know what I'm saying? The cops' job is to try to protect. That's their job. Whether they do it or not, it's a whole other topic. But that's their job, is to try to protect. And that's what they were trying to do, because those people were shooting back at the cops. Yes, innocent people was all in the way, but the cops' job is to try to protect. That's all it is. And I know Jay Dizzle wanted to call in and talk to me about that part right there, because I heard the conversation he was having with I forgot the guy's name he was talking with about. He was debating with about that one day. It's like, what do you expect for them to do? You know what I'm saying? What was the dude he was talking to? I forgot his name.
He was over Prepaid?
Prepaid, that was him. Him and Prepaid, was going in on that. And it was like, I was like, damn, Trill, what you want the cops to do? That's their job, to try to prevent the worst from happening. It's just like you. If you at a bank robbery, they start shooting. Your job is to try to stop it. That's basically what it is. You can use any kind of terminology you want. Your job is to basically try to stop it. Now, it ain't always the right way to do it, but damn. What do you want? It's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah, I mean, in a situation like that, man, you got so much going on in such a short amount of time, and my thing is, I look at it like, if these guys are shooting, say you are following them, they shooting random, they still shooting in traffic, who's to say that people still wouldn't have gotten killed, and then say if you do let them kind of get further down the road, or however you want to look at it. People will still complain about the people that got killed. Well, why didn't they take them out right then when they had them, right there? Why didn't they take them out when they had them pinned in traffic? That's where people got. Like, it would be, no matter what, it's a tough situation, because no matter what the outcome would have been, any kind of loss of life, anybody, it would have been, people would have found a way to blame the police, instead of saying, hey, these two dudes were scumbags. They chose to make a very bad decision. Obviously, they didn't plan it out properly. This is the life they chose. It wasn't a one-time thing, so it wasn't no. They were career robbers. They both served a significant amount of time for it and everything else. This is what they do. And so, it is what it is. I mean, if those guys wouldn't have made that decision, then none of that other stuff would have happened. So I think it's just that.
Because see, at first when he was talking, I didn't actually see the video. But after your show went off that day, I watched it, and I was like, I saw the part where they was on the freeway. Yeah. And I watched it, I was like, okay, that's one of those situations where, like I just said, if you're in a bank and the bank robber starts shooting, and you got people in there handling their business, the cop's job is to stop the bad guys from doing what they're doing. If they shooting, they're putting everybody's life at risk. The cop's job is to try to minimize as much as they can. That's just how it is. I know we don't look at it that way. I know we don't like it that way, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And especially these days, I know cops are getting a bad rep, but that's their job. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what else? Well, just like I said, somebody breaking your house, it's your job as a man to protect your family, your household. And you're going to do that. Yeah. So, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah. And that's what I say, people just, trust me, it's a whole different ball game when you are preparing for scenarios, when you are attempting to handle some, then when it does go down. You can have all the training and everything going on at the shooting range. You can have all other shit going on that you want to believe. Say you in your house and you laying in bed and a motherfucker kick your door in. It's a different ball game. And so it's like, you sit here and say, well, when you know that there's no real stakes and you just train it, I mean, there's no negative outcome. But when something else is at stake, and like I say, even with the law enforcement or whatever, it's a different fucking ball game. We can sit here and say, oh, I would do this and I would have done that and I would have done this. Unless you're in that situation, you have no idea what you're really going to do, because there's so many factors that are at stake, and so it's gonna play out how it's gonna play out. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep. Matter of fact, while I'm thinking about it, there was a incident not too long ago, say a couple months ago, whatever, to where this guy broke into somebody's house and was on top of this man's daughter, and he shot the man while he was on top of his daughter. While the robber or whatever you want to call him was on top of this man's daughter. Yeah, the bullet could have went through the man and went and hit his daughter. What would you want him to do? Yeah. So I'm saying that's what I'm saying. It's like, damn it if you do, damn it if you don't. What, you gonna pull him off and then shoot him? No, you finna minimize as much as possible. That's what, you know what I'm saying. But I'm not gonna hang on that too much longer. I'm not gonna hang on line too much longer. I know if people want to call in, I think gonna let you go ahead and do your thing. I gotta get my ass up in the morning, man. So I'm gonna holler at you later, man.
All right, man. It's good talking to you, man. I appreciate hearing from you.
All right, have a good one, man. Check out that message I sent you.
All right, that's a bit. I'm gonna check it out after the day.
All right, bye.
Bet that. All right, y'all give me a second. I gotta relog into the system here because it is doing some tomfoolery and shenaniganery. Make sure everything is back copacetic. It's copacetic. But yeah, I put it. I be forgetting. I'm gonna start switching up the backgrounds from time to time because I forget. Depending on the theme. I was doing that for a while. I've been lazy with the other background. Shout out to 335. Shout out to Helga Kleindienst and Culture, man. I appreciate the love. I didn't shout y'all out earlier, so I appreciate that. Some Tupac in the background. Y'all man, if I have Tupac playing on hold, do you understand how much more aggressive and angry the fucking den calls be? I'd have to conduct a study if I'm gonna start switching up the music and seeing how the calls start responding. Start playing some aggressive music, people gonna start getting angry. And then if I start playing some calming stuff, then see how people respond. What's the motherfucking deal we got calling into the den this evening?
Man, this is boy, one more again. That was just for Heidi. One more again. The other one, though, I just remembered. When I hung up, I remember what it was. Okay. Michael Vick.
Oh, okay.
That's what's the one I wanted to talk about. You say, is he still being punished? For some reason, yes, he is. He is still being punished because they didn't want him to be a Pro Bowl captain because of the dogfight thing back in the day. It's like the man did what he did, even though there was articles out there saying that he didn't have nothing to do with it. He just put up money for it. Don't know nothing about that part. I'm not speaking on that part. He went to jail. He served his time. He learned from it. He made a mistake. Didn't do it again. So why is they still, on him about that? Let it go.
So here's the thing, real quick, and I saw y'all saying Trill on in. So y'all got to understand how I be. I fixed the system. I was going to infer with Man Up because y'all heard the man say that he got to go to bed because he got to get up in the morning. I was going to ask, and I was going to allow Man Up to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to Man Up if he still wanted to encounter it or if he prioritizes going to bed, because he has to go to work in the morning. So the choice is up to Mr. Man Up. So I know after I reset the line and everything else.
Oh, if you want to, yeah, I'll give him a couple minutes.
Okay, all right. Well, give me just 1 second. Look at this thing. See, Broderick is the reason why we're having this, because part of this conversation, well, we ain't get to that side. Earlier we were having a conversation, y'all. Broderick and Heidi shamed me. They tried to choice shame me into... Oh, give me a second. Let me just do it like this. Let's do this shit the easy way. Let's see.
Sorry about that. I had to talk my long because I'm finna go in my man cave because I know Trill gonna want to try to battle me. I don't want to wake up my wife and my daughter.
See, look what you got this man having to go through. Trill.
Come on. I'm ready. I know he got something to say. He always got an opinion about something everybody has to say. So let's do it.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me pull up the proper deal because I know I got it right there on the phone. It would have been way easier. All right, we'll do it like son of a bitch. Like this.
Sorry about
All
that.
right, cool. Oh, perfect. Just like that. All right, give me 1 second, Mr. Manno. That worked better than I anticipated.
Yo.
All right, 1 second. Gentlemen, are we both here?
Yep. Yeah, I'm here. Man, I'm here.
Okay. Professor Trill, what is it that you would like to address that Mr. Man Up was speaking on?
Okay, look. I understand your perspective about the UPS guy. I get it. But my only thought is, another police are in a high-speed chase, and they know that they need to stop the vehicle in fear of the driver hurting himself or hurting somebody else. And they got maneuvers that they could pull, like pit maneuvers. Well, whenever they're in a high-traffic area, they won't do those maneuvers until they'll let the driver get further along, away from the population, and then they do that. Why couldn't they apply the same tactic with that issue? Now, I understand that the robbers are shooting back. Cool. But that don't mean that you have to make a stand right here in traffic where there's a lot of people around. We all know they was in the UPS truck. How far were they really going to get? And do you really think that a UPS truck is going to outrun a police radio? Absolutely not. So that's all I'm saying about it.
Oh man, you know what? You were saying that, with damn, I forgot his name again. Prepaid. There we go. I am getting over.
Yeah, he's forgettable.
But the thing is this, dude. I know it's a UPS truck, but see, I think what you're not paying attention to, what you're not really focused on, is them robbers started shooting at the cops. Well, from the video I saw, I'm gonna put it like that. They were shooting at the cops first.
Right. I get that.
So, what is the cops supposed to do? Because them bullets that the robbers were shooting could have hit a mom, a dad, or anybody. Construction worker, anybody. So what are they supposed to do? What is their job? To try to protect. It's not going to always go as the way we want to go as citizens, but that's their job. And I know
Go ahead.
Can I
ask you a question?
What's up?
You did say that they were shooting at the police, correct?
Yeah.
So if they were shooting at the cops, that meant that they weren't shooting at the other people. So how would the other people have gotten shot?
People are just shooting just to be shooting. They're going to shoot
niggas
towards the cops. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I know that, Honcho. I'm just trying to get.
That's what I was getting at.
I'm just trying to make sure that his point is clear and concise. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to get at. When they shooting. They ain't paying attention to who they shooting at, but we know they're shooting at the cops.
Right.
And them bullets could have went and hit anybody at any moment. And I know these things because I have an uncle that's a cop. So I know that when they are shooting, your job, even if you're a security guard, and most security guards, let me put it like most jobs is to try to prevent as much as possible for bad shit from happening. That's just what it is.
Okay. I can't really argue with that. Now, the Lizzo shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, people, look. Being the resident fat motherfucker on the show, I need y'all to understand. I need y'all to understand shit from a real fat nigga perspective. There's certain shit that we cannot do as larger humans. There's certain shit that we cannot subject ourselves to. There's certain places I cannot sit because my ass is too big to get in the little bitty space. It happens. There's certain cars that I can't fit my big ass in. All right?
What the fuck, dude?
That's just a fucking fact. Now, you know, it ain't always just about size. Some of them is by height, too, because I'm a tall nigga, too, so that don't help either. But she took a piece of clothing that was designed to particularly be a top. She turned it into a dress and intentionally cut the ass part out. You can miss me with that. Don't bring up the kids. What about the beach bullshit? At the beach, you wearing the bikinis and shit like that. You didn't take something that was designed to do something else and made it to where it showed literally your ass to the entire fucking stadium of people. You cannot excuse that. I don't give a damn if you male, female, 100 to 800 pounds. You don't do that. That's completely disrespectful.
This is what I was saying on that. Like I just said, when you see certain people, like I brought up Cardi B for example because I know she do stupid shit. I know if I seen her I just threw something out there at a basketball game. I know 9 times out of 10 they put the camera on. She finna do some dumb shit, and I know 9 times out of 10 I'm finna have to cover my daughter's eyes.
Yeah, but do you think she gonna show her natural ass cheeks?
She's done it plenty of other places. She's done it plenty of other places.
No, but I'm talking about right then and there. Get up and twerk with her natural ass cheeks out.
I have no clue. And my point is this here. When it comes to certain people, you can expect certain things from them. That was my point.
Okay.
Now, would she do it? Don't know. Because I don't know the lady personally. But I know from the things that I have seen before, I'm going to keep my guard up. That's what I'm saying.
Man, this bitch was trying to get some publicity. First of all, Cardi B ain't got to do that shit because she already popping. She out there. This fat bitch did that shit just so motherfuckers could see her fat ass. And then she did a fucking interview right after that telling everybody they can kiss her fat ass. Really, bitch?
I'm not saying it didn't happen.
Fuck out of here with that shit.
I'm not saying she didn't do it for publicity. I'm just saying, you know how the person is. You know what probably to expect from that person. So keep your guard up. That's what I was saying.
I wasn't going to get what you were saying. I was going to get what Kenneth with the F was saying. He on some bullshit on that issue. You tripping, bro. You tripping.
Okay. My bad.
You can't excuse that kind of behavior, dog. You can't do that shit. And then sit up here and try to big up the black woman. Fuck out of here, bro. No, hell no. That don't make no goddamn sense. I keep telling y'all we got to start calling these bitches and these hoes out. And I'm going to call this bitch out because that was damn show bitch and hoe behavior.
I agree with that. I do. But
I don't give a shit what size she was.
That's the point.
Her being big made it worse.
But that's the point I was making. Nobody says crazy shit when other people do that shit. And now the only reason I brought up Rihanna is because she said she got her inspiration from Rihanna. So that's the only reason I brought her up. But nobody says that shit when people like Rihanna or Beyonce do shit like that. Now, I'm not saying they have, but what I'm saying is when you see their naked ass or whatever, nobody says nothing crazy. Or very few.
Right.
I'm going to put it like that.
But that's on their terms. That's when they're the focus of the attention. Because normally it's either on their video shoots or at their concert. That means that they are performing. This bitch was a spectator. She sat her fat, raw, naked ass on that seat and then got her fat ass up. And I can call her fat because I'm a fat motherfucker too. So I don't give a shit. I can call this bitch fat. And then she got up and shook her fat ass in front of all them goddamn people. And y'all think that's okay.
And that's why I said when it comes to certain people, you should know what to expect from certain people. That's why I said that.
Look here, because where does it end? If you condone this shit now, the next motherfucker is gonna try to one up this bitch. Where does it stop? Where does a modicum of decency show its fucking face?
And that's why I said, man. That's what I said. So man, you're basically repeating what.
That's a decency.
I agree with you on that one, man. I ain't got no beef. Well, I got a beef with you, man. Is how all of a sudden the day the Texans win, your ass show up. But when we got our ass stomped on last week when I tried to big us up, you couldn't be found. You dropped off the motherfucking face of the earth. Now all of a sudden you show up when the Texans. Oh, nigga, you know what I'm talking about.
No, hell,
when we lost, you didn't show up to the den talking that shit. You didn't show up to the sauce talking that shit. When we beat the Patriots, you showed up to the sauce talking shit. Yes, you did, because you stuck your head in to talk bad shit.
Did you hear me say after the Patriots game that I had a second job, motherfucker, and I'm barely doing shit?
Right.
All right, then. So then you just answered your own question.
No. Wait a minute.
Yes,
you had that second job, but you still showed the fuck up.
No, I didn't.
After we won. Yes, you did. After the Patriots
won. No,
I
did not. I said I had that second job after the Broncos game. So don't even try that shit with me. I told you that
after
shit.
The Broncos
I didn't. No, my bad. I didn't tell you. I told Honcho that in the chat.
Okay.
I had to go sleep because I got a second job.
I wasn't privy to that part of the information.
So let me clarify that. I didn't tell that to you personally. I said that to Honcho in that chat that day on that Den show. Because I only watched it for a few seconds.
So how you here tonight? Don't you still got that second job?
Didn't I just say I got to get my ass up in the morning? You ain't paying attention to shit I say.
I'm going to run your ass over in the morning, too, because I'm out here, too, goddamn. I wish you would try to honk your horn at me. I run your ass over. I got a whole bar in front of my truck. I'm out here. I'm out here. I'm out here. I'm out in Denver.
I'm not in Denver.
I thought you was in Denver.
Who told you that lie? I never said I was in Denver.
But you lived in Denver.
Somebody lied to you. I never said that. I said I was in Colorado. That's what I said. I never told nobody.
I thought you lived in Denver.
You don't pay attention to shit. You don't pay attention to shit I see.
Yeah, because you be triple and quadruple talking, man. If I be having to go back and decipher what the fuck it was you actually trying to fucking say.
While you're out there, you need to pull up and go buy some cookies. That's what you need to do.
No. What he needs to do is go back and find...
I was his first customer. Wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, first customer from the den, yeah. No, Honcho was actually, but yeah.
Honcho
anyway,
nigga ain't shit.
That's fucked up. But you go back and find that video where I said I was in Denver, then we can talk.
I thought you said you lived in Denver, bro.
I never said I was in Denver. I said Colorado. And there's a whole bunch of motherfucking places in Colorado.
Yeah, it's fucking there. You don't live in the mountains, do you?
I ain't gonna tell you where I live, motherfucker.
I just asked if you live in the mountains, nigga. I'm not saying pinpoint.
Don't trust him Port Arthur niggas, man. Don't tell him where you live.
You know how fucking big the mountains is in the state of Colorado, nigga?
Well, no, fuck where I be in the mountains. Why in the hell a southern boy from Houston be in the fucking mountains?
A lot of motherfuckers lives in the mountains. A lot of people live in the mountains.
I don't try to go no goddamn mountains. Hell. I ain't a mountain motherfucker.
Fuck live in Colorado.
I ain't gonna get into that again. I said that when I first joined the Den show. If you ain't paying attention, you can go to hell. Hell.
How the hell I'm gonna go back to the first Den just to see why the fuck you chose to live with?
Oh, I ain't gonna say it again.
Fuck out of here with that shit.
Motherfucker, I didn't say this shit plenty motherfucking times while I was moved up here. If you ain't listening,
I got to go do research instead of just asking you when you right here on the goddamn phone and you got the information privy to you. So you want me to go back and go find out from another motherfucker?
You can't. Don't you do research on everything else?
But you're the source of the information.
Well, I want you to do research on this. Then
I'm not researching that goddamn shit. So, okay, since you want to play it like that, your ass live in Denver, goddamn. And when you wake up in the morning and you see a white Freightliner behind you with bars on it, riding your ass, that's me. Goddamn. And we gonna play it like that, then.
You don't even know what kind of car
I'm just gonna follow every bald head looking motherfucker I see.
I got dreadlocks now, motherfucker. Shit, I just grew dreadlocks in 2 days.
Goddamn lie. I know better than that. Unless you got your shit the same place Honcho got his.
Now he got me woke.
Plugs at everybody. Everybody can get it, goddamn. Everybody.
Shit. Now he got me woke. I ain't even finna go sleep now. Fuck with him. Shit, he got me hyped up now. Fuck with him.
Ain't that?
Well, now that I done woke you up, I'm about to get off because I got to wake up early. I got a 7 o'clock.
Somebody said they wanted some beef with Trill. Since Trill was calling them out, they said they wanted to smoke with Trill. Since he was calling out some of the things they said. You know. So.
Oh, Kenneth.
Yes, Mr. Ken said, you know.
Man, I've been there, done that. I already know his mind is fucked up, so I'm not finna argue this dude. I've done that already. I had enough that time. That was more than enough. That was a lifetime for me.
You a declining.
I just had to give Trill some hell, man.
I decline like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna go nowhere.
Yeah, so I just had to give Trill some hell, man. That's all. I had to fuck with him, you know.
That's a bad. It's been a minute, man. It was good talking to you, bro.
Yeah, it's always good fucking with Trill. It's always good, man. I haven't been on like I wanted to, man, because I love chopping up with Honcho and shit, man. But I haven't been able to do it like I want to. But
man,
I will
fuck
soon.
That nigga Honcho be on that whole shit. Always talking out, that motherfucking bullshit. Calling, putting motherfuckers on the phone, just stretching out these old fucked up ass calls, knowing them motherfuckers ain't got shit to say, just trying to draw shit up out of people.
True.
Yeah.
True. What do you think about the Southern hospitality? I want your opinion on that.
What about it?
What's your opinion?
Like what does it mean, or like an example?
You didn't hear the person call before me?
Nah, I just got on not too long ago. Nah, my brother.
Oh, my bad. My bad. He was saying that Southern hospitality ain't a real thing. So, and he had his opinion. I know everybody has their opinion.
Who said that?
The dude before me. I forgot his name.
Mr. Kenneth.
What's his name, Honcho?
Mr. Kenneth.
Kenneth, okay.
The same one?
Yes.
Enough said. I ain't even got to explain it. It's enough said.
Okay. I just wanted your opinion on it.
I had to. You got to. Sometimes you got to consider the source. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I'll get my ass in this bed, man. I gotta get my ass up in a couple of hours, fucking with Trill, man. So I gotta go.
Me too.
All right.
I'm gonna holler at y'all.
All right, that's a good.
Appreciate it, Honcho.
Appreciate both of you, gentlemen.
All right. Bye.
All right. I'll try to get you the contact information to get the cookies, D to Gamma. I don't know. Look, we might have to have another rematch on Tuesday. I don't know. Trill running from the smoke, man. We'll take one more call, then we'll wind it up after this. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
Well, goddamn, it's J Mel, bro. I didn't think I was gonna ever get through on this.
You gotta blame them niggas, man. Them niggas be hogging up the line and talking ridiculous.
Nigga gotta work in the morning. I'm an hour ahead of all you. God damn.
Damn that. That's tough, man. I'd have been went to sleep. But what's on your mind, man? How you feel? Oh, man.
Shit, man. I just got a couple comments on the Lizzo shit and people saying fat shaming. First of all, we can't make you feel ashamed. That's on you to feel ashamed of yourself, for one. And if you feel ashamed about something, probably because you should be ashamed. You probably should be ashamed that if some shit go down right now and you gotta run 10 blocks down the road, your ass is dead. You know, it's like people don't be thinking about shit in the right context. Like, oh, he hurt my feelings because he called me fat. No, you need to think like, man, I am a fat ass bitch, and I probably need to get skinny so if some shit go down, I can survive. But people so caught up in we too comfortable nowadays, where we don't think about real life shit happening to us, and your fat ass not being able to get out of there in time. So I got me, Honcho. I always talk about perspective.
Correct.
People got their perspective all fucked up on things. Instead of taking shit to the heart and crying about shit, if you know what somebody's telling you is the truth, maybe you should look at shit a different way. Stop crying about shit. And to Kenneth talking about, and no, I'm gonna set the record straight right now. I'm not debating with you because I ain't got time for that. But nigga talking about you trying to compare the Lizzo situation to Sierra and Meg Thee Stallion. Well, for one, they was outside in a parking lot and that was going on their own personal social media of them two dancing with each other to Sierra's song. And if her son was right there, that's what she chooses to expose her own child to. Lizzo chose to expose everybody's child to that foolishness. And that's the difference, Kenneth. So you need to understand and realize that, and stop talking out the side of your fucking neck, bro. Okay. But I do kind of agree with his point about Southern hospitality a little bit.
What?
A little bit.
So why do you say that about Southern hospitality?
What'd you say?
So why do you say that about Southern hospitality?
Well, because now that I've been, to every coast pretty much, it's a big difference and what are you saying is kind of true about, like, a white person will be nice to you to a certain extent. A white person from the South will show that quote unquote Southern hospitality, but in the back of their mind, they're like, can't wait till this nigga get the fuck out of my store, or wherever y'all at. Can't wait till this nigga get out of my presence. So, and in a place like Cali or a place like Virginia or New York, right off the bat if a white person don't want to deal with you. And I honestly would rather know straight off the bat than have to play a guessing game with a motherfucker.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'd rather overt than the covert. That's
right.
That's what I feel. Yeah.
Right. So with him, well, on that point, I can kind of see where he's coming from a little bit, because that's where he was coming from. I only caught like bits and pieces of what he was talking about.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and I mean, you're just talking about people actually having genuine interactions as opposed to just faking the funk, just saying some shit just to be having small talk. And here's the thing, like, I don't really care for small talk. So that's why I say when I ask, genuinely, how are you doing? I try to pause and wait and get a response. Like if I'm called into to handle some business with something or whatever, then I ask how you doing. It's weird because they, especially like when it's like even if it's customer service or something, whatever it is, like I'm trying to get a problem fixed, technical support, whatever, and I ask or I reply, like it's like they seem awkward. I guess people just be saying it so much they don't really think that people mean it. So I pause. It's always an awkward ass pause. Like, how the fuck are you doing? Like. I want to know the type of mood or type of person I'm dealing with, and then generally how they respond to that, you can kind of figure out how the call is going to go from there and things of that nature. But yeah, I agree. Like if it's bullshit, if it's frivolous, if it's meaningless small talk, there's no time for it. But I think, like I say, certain people do have genuine concerns. Some people don't give a fuck. Some people just want to talk to, like I said, talk about the old ladies and stuff. So I think that there are layers to it, but. That's pretty interesting. I have no problem with it. I like the Southern hospitality. I also like the song.
I think there is like a true form of Southern hospitality, but I think to Kenneth's point, I think some white people do kind of mask their racism behind that Southern hospitality a little bit.
Okay.
Like their nature to be hospitable can overshine their racism just a little bit to where the line is blurred and you don't really know what you're dealing with. In other words, it's a tool they could use to kind of have you not knowing what you're really dealing with.
Okay. Yeah, I think that you got to be cautious. You got to just kind of observe. I think there's always subtle hints and little things that people do that will give you an idea of what they're doing. So.
Definitely. Some of these motherfuckers good though, huh? some of these motherfuckers got that shit down pat.
Yeah.
It's a science.
But I will agree with what he said about the church thing though, because that's how motherfuckers be. Motherfuckers be in church smiling and they're all happy and everybody, hey sister Jenkins, how you doing? How's everything going? How little did it? That rainy motherfucker ain't shit. An idiot daddy ain't shit. They just talking all kind of about it. But that's what I say, like certain shit to me. But I think church folk is a whole different. I think there's a whole lot of tomfoolery going on in the church. Like, I think a lot of people go to church like just to have a social association. Because, you know, I don't think, I mean, certain people are in social clubs, but I think a lot of people use church as like a social club to get the news of what's going on in the community, to be in everybody's business, and, you know, whatever else it may be. But that's a whole different conversation.
No, definitely.
But yeah, I think there's some questionable activity that goes in it.
Yeah, I would say about 90% of the church goes to church for that reason. Just to be socially accepted, socially in the loop, you know. But like you said, that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got, Honcho. There's a fat, out of shape bitch, and she need to chill the fuck out. And if you got a problem with whatever I said, fuck you too.
Well, goddamn. All right, Jayla Bell, man, I appreciate the call, man.
That's the best. Straight like that.
All right, have a good one.
You too, Honcho.
All right. We're going to wind up on that one, man, but that's what they told you, D-Love. But then, you know, once they get y'all out, and they go to the back room with the Kool-Aid and the crackers, they talking about all y'all asses. Here's the deal, right? So like I said, you know, it's time to tighten up a lot of stuff. We got to get right for the twanky. Part of that is me actually getting some adequate sleep, but since I did take a power nap today, I will jump in the mixer for a little bit, and we'll chop it up in the mixer for a little while, maybe about an hour or so in the mixer, just talk some shit. We're gonna do like the church people do in the mixer. You know, when we leave the den, we all friends in the den, everybody giving people pistachios, we sharing and doing all that shit. We're gonna get in the mixer, we're gonna talk about all y'all. So we finna pull a church move when we get in the mixer. I don't know what game. Like I said, I'm thinking about that Fallout New Vegas because I hadn't finished that. But y'all know randomly when I'm just wasting time, when we just shooting the shit. I like to shoot shit, usually Hitman or something like that, to waste some time if we just talking about whatever. Let me think. But there was one thing I did see about Lizzo, and because you're never in here, female people, you just want people to give. You don't ever give nobody no pistachio. I finished that game, the banana game. It was real weird ending, but I finished that yesterday, I think. But my thing is this, right? It's just like, did y'all see the interview that Lizzo did? Okay, and this is my thing. Good night, Miss Shawn. Appreciate you coming through. And this is my concern. And what J Mel said is important. And it may not have been a comfortable thing to hear it, to hear how it was said. But I'm taking from my personal experiences of friends that I've had that I know have lost a significant amount of weight. I had a partner, he used to be big all through high school. He lost a shit ton of weight. He's in better shape than I am. I used to be the goddamn athlete. Now this motherfucker gonna run miles around my ass, you know. But you know, but he stayed in shape. But he talks about, you know, he was 3+. He was up there, and this is like, you know, junior high school, early on. And then, you know, he moved. I think his mom ended up getting married, and the guy used to be a former NFL player, and he got him on this regimen. He lost a bunch of weight. He changed the diet up. I think he was eating like rice and baked chicken like every day or some shit like that. It was a crazy thing. Lost a significant amount of weight, would go walk all the time. And when he was walking, when he was younger, he'd go walk all the time anyway. But the weight wasn't falling off because it's the diet. The diet is usually the biggest key. Diet is everything, man. But the thing is, like I said, so, you know, once he lost a lot of weight, and, you know, we were talking about the quality of life, his quality of life. He felt like it was so much better, man. You know, and he just felt like it was. But let's be real. And again, like I said, if you are happy with who you are, be happy. I'm not here to tell you that you need to do this, that, or the third. You are happy with who you are. But there are situations, and I feel like almost everybody I've ever talked to has been a certain size and lost weight says they feel better at a certain weight after losing some weight. So my thing with Lizzo is, I don't care if she's big. I have no idea, no concern about that. But then you look at the interview she did the other day, and it's concerning because they had to fix this chair for her, and she was bigger than anybody else on the panel. She was bigger than the men on the panel. Who was that? What's that gal's name that was on there? Ain't nothing wrong with Lizzo. And again, there are medical conditions and there are things, and again, so this is like dismissing that there are issues. You know, I can't account for that. I'm just kind of speaking in generalization. But Lizzo had to have like a reinforced chair. They took the arms off that bitch, and it was just a bunch of other stuff going on. And I'm just like, I don't know. I personally don't know. And again, I told you the highest I closed, I got to like 290, and I was very uncomfortable. I was, maybe my body wasn't designed to be holding all that weight, or just the way it got put on, whatever. And I think I carry my weight pretty well. Like I say, from like right now, I'm not the lightest. I'm not too much lighter than that. But just looking at how, and like I said, my own personal experience, when I went from 290, I dropped back down to like 2.25, and just the difference. I mean, I felt much more comfortable. But I'm just looking at that chair, and it looked like they had fucking gurney wheels on the fucking chair or some shit. Like you look at those fucking wheels were huge. Good night, Miss Brenda. Those wheels were fucking huge, and I'm just like, what is going on here? And now I don't know if an incident happened. Man, you saw the wheels. If you saw that interview she did, I don't know, was that Good Morning America or whatever the fucking thing is. She had the little executive chair or whatever. I wish I had saved the picture. It's like her chair is like everybody else got, because you can see her wheels on her chair, and then like the regular wheels. I got a similar style chair, regular little fucking seat wheels. That shit, those wheels were significantly larger than the regular wheels. Like it was some other shit going on there. I'm not joking. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just telling you my observation, man. And so that just has to make, like, if she's comfortable, I love it. If you're comfortable in your skin and this is what you want to do, I love it. But I think there are people who accept and say, I'm comfortable because this is where I'm at. If you are not comfortable, man, challenge yourself. Go against the grain and do something that you've never done before. Do not be afraid. It's something I want to talk about, and I don't want to talk about it today because I actually have a whole topic planned for it sometime this week. And it's about how we talk to ourselves, and it's about how we, it's not even about how externally how people describe us. It's about how we talk to ourselves internally, and that causes us to respond to life a certain way. It causes us to react to things a certain way because of our internal conversations with ourselves. And so I kind of want to get into that later on. But, it is what it is. So I'm going to jump aside to the mixer here in just a second. I'm going to go take a Honcho hiatus and then give me a little bit of water. And then, we're going to get into the mixer. So give me about 10 minutes at the most. Shouldn't be more than that. Probably less than that. Maybe about 5 minutes. It's probably be in the mixer here. So if you want to join the mixer, we'll be in there. Going home for maybe about an hour. Let me see. I got you. Let me. I'll give you some backstachios. I know we had a couple of birthdays recently. Let me see. Let me see. Ask and you shall receive. Scottie Pippen the whole hoe. Scottie Pippen need to be worried about what was going on with his wife. See, that's why he mad, because James Harden was in them pictures with Future, and so that's why he hating. Heidi, you get no pistachios. Your birthday every damn day. So there's that. But each and every one of y'all, I appreciate you, Heidi. Keep your little eye rollies to your goddamn self. Shannon, you would be the one that asked that question. So, no. Let me see. Let me make it more now. Let's make it fair. It's a birthday. It's birthday pistachio. Let me even up to an even 2K at the least. I mean, that's the least I could do. Let me see. Okay, 500. Let's make it worthwhile. Birthday pistachios be worth more than I'm trying to make decisions. We'll make it 10K for your birthday. That is what it is. So with that being said, I guess I got to give Did I get sweet? I didn't get sweet berry. No, I guess I gotta get sweet berry, some fucking pistachio. I definitely don't want to do that. This pains me. But okay, so delivery's on the way. Okay. But like I said, that's what's happening. Cash prize every Friday at the local bingo hall. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna put the here's the mixer link. Some of y'all were complaining because it wasn't clickable the other day. And like I said, being there probably about 5 minutes. I'm gonna fucking take a leak and fill up some water. I'll be there shortly. So for the rest of y'all who don't, I appreciate y'all coming through. We'll be back at it tomorrow at 10. Yes, Miss Jessera, what you got? And like I said, I'm gonna be spending some time this week for trying to finish up the site. But like I said, I got a new source. Like it still have some of the same merch available, but it'll have some new things too. So I'm gonna try to get that going. Hopefully, the goal is to have that up by December. See, now Heidi, you sent them to the wrong link. Coon.com. Make sure you use the O instead of the U, because the U Honcho was already taken, so that'll take you to somebody else's. Oh, that is interesting. We'll have to find out, won't we? I don't know. They fit mine. Fuck no, I ain't finna do all that nonsense. I'm gonna do all that shit. I'm finna fucking use the CMS and get it over with. I just been kind of lacking on it. Good night, Miss Trixie McFly. So probably WordPress. Actually, I'm using WordPress. I'll just use that and get that done the convenient way. So, but I salute each and every one of y'all. I thank all of y'all. I appreciate all of y'all sincerely. It's been a wonderful year from Smollett to here. And so much more to go. YouTube ain't stopping shit over here. And then y'all log in tomorrow, ain't no den. But like I said, we will be. I didn't check it out after I took a nap. Like I know he had said it, he was gonna set it back, and I ended up dozing off. I'm gonna check it out here probably in the morning. But did you say smell gay? But like I said, we'll be back here tomorrow. Make sure you're following InShowPodcast.com. But we will. No, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll definitely be doing it tomorrow every night at 10. Pedophile, what the fuck? Oh man, that's stop the nonsense. Yeah, we'll be den every day. Like I say, 30 days of den, man. 30 days of den if you fuck with Sauce Sports. 31 days of sauce, because y'all know the one day fucked it up. Actually, I'm gonna see what we're gonna do next Sunday. We might early den Sunday because the Texans end up playing on Saturday, so we might do something different for the den on next Sunday. We'll see what happens. But I'm telling y'all, 335 be on it, man. With that being said, I appreciate you. Let me get my ass up out here, man. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Y'all ain't got to go home. I'm gonna leave the chat open for a little bit if y'all want to stay in the chat and linger and chop it up with each other. I'll let it go for a little while. But y'all ain't got to go home. But y'all got to get the fuck up out of here. And I'm out. The hell are you talking about, Shannon? The hell is you talking about, Shannon? Shannon, why Shannon always on some other time? Like, then, like usually 2 or 3 things. It's like whoever's on the phone, and it's, people in the chat having a discussion. Shannon be in her own world, having her own conversation. I'm mad I ended the stream. They said they found a body in Baltimore in a fucking porta potty. Baltimore played on fucking Thursday. So that means that body has been in that fucking porta potty for several days now. That's fucking crazy. Crazy shit. All right, I'll catch you on the